as we all know, if you are farming nanospores, one of the best places to go is probably Saturn or Eris, but they do drop in the derelict here, as you can see. So do mutagen samples, Orokin cells, and neurodes. This is kind of important because the first chance you get, I mean, on Mercury, no nanospores. Go over to Venus, no nanospores. Keep going, Earth, no nanospores. There is neurodes though. Go to Mars, still no nanospores. You can always go to Phobos, but that doesn't have them either. I completely actually forgot about that planet, so luckily that doesn't have it either, because when you start playing this game for the first time, obviously you have to follow the order of the planets, and there's Orokin cells. Ceres is actually pretty good for that. Saturn is probably better. Neurodes can be a bit of a pain to get depending on where you go. Neural sensors, of course, Jupiter is probably the best place for those. Europa is one of those you have to do for the Saturn relay. So, nope, none of them there. So the first chance you will get to actually get your hands on nanospores is going to be once you get to Saturn itself. Which of course leads us here, over on PlayStation. I have recently, well, it was actually a few months ago, unlocked the Saturn planet, finally managed to get my hands on some nanospores, and I was actually busy playing a Maroo's Bazaar mission, which is available on Mars of all places, and it took me to the derelict, and I was playing through this and got to the part where you get the ayatan sculpture and thought, hang on, I'm actually picking up nanospores here, but you can do this from, what, pretty much as soon as you unlock Mars, which is, I think, the third planet you unlock, because you start on Earth, go to Venus, you can go to Mercury, and then obviously from Earth you can go to Mars. The only requirements for it are completing the Once Awake quest, defeating 150 Frontier Grenier enemies on Earth, collect 500 Rubido in missions, and complete that one mission on Mercury. This is, I don't even know where that, there it is, which is just a spy mission. And then you will be able to get to Mars, and yes, we are jumping between PlayStation and PC at the moment, and once you are here, you can go to Maroo's Bazaar, do her weekly mission, and ta-da! Nanospores. This was kind of a cheaty thing to do, and I didn't realise that it was even an option to do. What? Phobos, Ceres, Jupiter, Europa, 4 planets earlier than actually intended? The only issue is that when doing Maroo's ayatan sculpture missions, you don't always get the derelict. Sometimes you can actually get the void, which, if we go back to the whole, yeah, this is still kind of jumping forward because you have to unlock Phobos before you can actually get to the first part of the void, which means you can actually get there fairly easy, and of course the requirements for that are fairly easy to do. You just have to defeat 150 enemies in a single mission on Mars. The rest of it should be really easy to do, apart from the scanning 3. Ooh, I didn't see that one before. The 3 Cephalon fragments. And opening 3. Yeah, that's actually pretty hard to do as well. So even before you get to this point, you can go to Maroo's Bazaar and end up doing a mission in the Void, which, of course, in the Void means you can get Argon Crystals. As weird as this one may be to add on, you also get Lephantis beacons, or whatever those little orbs are called, so you can build the key to come and take on the boss before you've actually done most of these missions to actually get to this point anyway. So it's a win-win with this. I really wish I realised this much earlier, otherwise I would have been doing the missions much much earlier because there are actually things I wanted to build over on PlayStation that kind of needed nanospores that I was completely avoiding. So this is actually really useful if you are a new player and you haven't yet made it to Saturn, because the Jupiter, Europa, Ceres, Mars, go over Mars, Phobos, Earth, yeah. It is a long way to go to actually get to Saturn to start getting these resources, when really once you have got to Mars and you can go to Maroo's Bazaar, you may as well do those missions. They are insanely useful. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.